Yo, what up, what up? This is Joey with Acme One T-shirt printing. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit about advertisement for your business. As far as a printer, I have experience in printing for like a lot of years, and designing and doing a lot of artwork. When I first started out, I started out with graffiti, in Chicago, bombing the walls, bombing the trains, so that was my first love. That's how I really got into, art. That is my first love anyways, period. Art, drawing, and, doing a lot of graffiti, that's my very, very first love. But then, my second love, of course, was, graphic designs. I actually went to school for graphic design. I have an associate's degree from Columbia in Chicago, which is located on Wabash and Jackson. Yeah, it's downtown Chicago on Wabash and Jackson. That's where I went to school. That's where a lot of the artists, a lot of the hip hop artists, and graffiti writers or dancers or whatever, they all basically hang out, or the photographers. They basically all hang out right there. But we're talking about advertisement. All right. Now, as a business owner, whether it's on a larger scale or a smaller scale, you still need to advertise your business because you need to, generate, income. Right now, I work from home, so I generate my income. The way I generate my income, is I'm gonna let you know how I generate my income. So it allows me to be home right now, but at the same time, I still run stuff from Chicago. So I'm gonna explain that in a minute. Now, all right, there's many ways that you can advertise your business. There's a whole bunch of ways and the thing is that they're free, and that's how I've gotten, a lot of my business, because I've advertised. I've actually sat down and actually, looked around and tested certain things, and, all right, now, when I started in Chicago, I started out just like I'm at home, inside my house, I bought I still have the same press that you saw on my other video. I still have this exact same press, because the space, I'm able to put a bigger press in there, and I'll be able to, generate, I have a press in Chicago. I have a small press in Chicago, and I have a small press here. The funny thing is that you would think that those little presses with one little station wouldn't make you a lot of money. That's a lie. Because the press that I got in my room right now, I've made more than $30,000 off of that one press in less than a couple years. I mean, less than what? My first, when you first start out, you don't make a lot of money. Honestly, you don't. You make a little bit of money, because you're busy trying to get yourself known and stuff. But my second year and then third year, that press, it made, and it's still making me money. Honestly, it's still making me money, So, when you invest like $300 or $400 in that type of a press, down the line, you have to see down the line that eventually it will make you a lot of money. And it's true, it did. Because it bought my house. It bought my house. It bought on my car. It has sustained my living, and now it's, it's even, furthering me to get more equipment, better equipment, because equipment is important. If you don't have good equipment, it's important. You can advertise. But if your equipment is not good and you don't know how to print really good, those are like, and design really good, it becomes a problem. Yeah, you can heat press all you want to, because I have a heat press too, because I give my customers the option of, either a heat press print or a screen printed print. Now, this year, I'm going to be offering DTG printing too, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's called direct to garment printing, DTG, direct to garment printing. And, heat transfer, which is, with the heat transfer papers, you got the self-weeding papers, then you got the papers that don't self-weed, that are solid. I usually normally go between both of them, the self-weeding ones and the solid, where it gives you a solid picture. Anyways, let's talk about some advertisements. All right, there's a lot of places that you can go on Google, right? Google itself has generated a lot of business for me. I did the pay-per-click, which cost me a lot of money in the beginning. I mean, I was like every couple of weeks paying $600 to $700 a pop. That could be costly when you're a smaller business. Now, if you're a smaller business, that's not really good for you, because I spent a lot of money. I spent thousands of dollars. So that's why I converted to just advertising on Google Maps. And Google Maps, you can adjust it to where you pay like $50 a month and you'll still get a higher listing. So that's important for your business. So I would do that. Definitely do that. That's important, and it will help you generate a lot of business for you, and you'll get a lot of phone calls. eBay. I tried the eBay thing. At first it didn't work. It didn't work out too well for me because I spent a lot of money there too a month. I spent a couple of hundred every month just trying to generate a lot of business, and I wasn't getting the same amount back. So what I did was I adjusted my ads on there, and now, all I do is like run 1 or 2 ads, and now I generate a little bit more business coming from there. The thing about eBay is you have to have, just like Google, you have to have a reputation. Once you get your reputation, and that's from advertising, then, you start generating a lot more than you'll start seeing it every week, every 4 days, every 3, every 2, and then it's like every day you start getting a lot more phone calls, a lot more orders, and and you start getting like really busy, So then sometimes you might want to think about, okay, I might want to hire somebody out. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this video into 2 pieces because my new Acme One t-shirt printing on YouTube won't let me do so many minutes. So I'm gonna cut this into 2. Back to talking about wait a minute, this thing is recording on one video, is it? I believe it is. Well, I might have to just cut this one into 2 anyways. Alright, anyways. Now, I talked about Google, very important, get on it. eBay, here's another one. Craigslist works too. The thing about Craigslist, that's a lot of work with Craigslist because you gotta try out certain ads in certain areas of Craigslist. Now, like the general section, the garment section, there's I think clothing and garment section, and then like the small business section, you can post little ads in there. The thing about that is that you got to be like constantly posting ads. You got to have something already like prepared on there to just be constantly on. And sometimes you have to redo stuff and then just I mean, it's pretty easy. The thing about that is that that's what you have to do constantly, like redo ads, post. Then another hour, couple hours come, redo ads and post. But then when they run out, all you do is just when the ad runs out, all you do is press repost, right? Once you have so many ads running, right, a day, then you got to think about where you're at. If you're like me, I'm from Chicago, but I'm located right now I'm living in Las Vegas, but I do business out of Chicago and the surrounding areas like Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio. I get a lot of business from all those little areas too. Now, what you want to do is, on Craigslist, that is, you want to post the same thing on where, like what I do is I post in Las Vegas,